Hey guys, today I am reviewing Honest Beauty's Trio eyeshadow. The shade that I'm actually going to review is Truly Enticing Smoky Gray. Here it is right here, and it is gorgeous. So as you can tell, there's a magnetic case that you get, and it comes of course in a box. It's actually quite lightweight, and the packaging material is comprised of like a heavier paper. So it is an actual paper, it's not plastic, and there is a magnetic closed case that protects the shadows, and there's like a nice thick casing below too to also give the shadows some protection. So this is how it looks like in the actual compact, and then this is so cute. They actually have little instructions in here on how to create the truly enticing smoky eye. So step-by-step instructions are indeed included, which I think is quite clever, and it just kind of takes the guesswork out of creating the look. And let's move on to color. Okay, so now with the three shades that you have here, you're going to notice that one is a shimmery shade, and this is like a mid-tone, light taupey gray with shimmer. This is the shade that you really want to pop and highlight. So for example, you could place this maybe just over the center of the lid, the inner corners of the eyes, maybe a little bit underneath the brow as well. The middle shade, of course, is the deepest shade. This is probably kind of like a deep charcoal gray. It's not exactly black, and it will create a really nice dramatic effect on the eye. So you could use this as liner or to really begin to smoke up the eye and to create that drama along the lashes and along the actual lids. So the next shade is kind of like a mid-tone grayish. It is along the gray side of the family, but there's also even like a little bit of a beige element to it. Still a little bit on the cooler side though. So these two are matte, this one is shimmery. I'm now gonna swatch all three shades on the back of my hand so you guys could actually see the texture a little bit more easily. Okay, so here are the actual colors swiped on my hand. The first shade is swiped right along here. Okay, so you can see that this one has a little bit more shimmer. It's definitely reflective. The mid-tone shade is a deep charcoal. So there it is swiped on my hand. Nice rich pigment there as well. And then the gray mid-tone shade is swiped right next to it. So these are more matte and this one's shimmer. I do have to admit, when I first ordered this, I was a little bit nervous because I was worried that the pigments wouldn't be as strong and the texture wouldn't glide well. Boy, was I wrong. So I'm so pleased to know that Honest Beauty does use clean ingredients. They are phthalate-free, paraben-free, mineral oil-free, and also talc-free, which I really appreciate. They really use progressive clean ingredients throughout all of their beauty products, and also Honest Company as well. And this trio of shadows did not disappoint as far as color payoff and texture. I was so pleased. And also the wearability is wonderful. There's really no gliding, there's no shifting or movement, and I didn't find that my shadow actually swept down below. So it actually stayed put, held beautifully, and really had a really nice wear and color payoff. So I'm actually going to create a demo now of all three shades, creating a truly enticing smoky gray eye. Okay, using my Rouge Bunny Rouge Large Shader 003 brush, I'm going to take this mid-tone gray shade and I'm going to pop it over the center part of the lid. Now please note that I don't have any eyeshadow on. I do have mascara, I do have my brows, and I do have makeup on my face, but I just skipped the lids so I could demo this trio of shadows for you guys. So I'm going to apply the gray shade from the center part of the lid using my Rouge Bunny Rouge medium sweeper brush, and this is creating the base of the smoky look. So it doesn't really take much, which is really what I love. You could actually see the color payoff, blend easily onto the lids. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round it out and bring it up towards the crease of the eye. And then I'm actually going to take my fingertips and just buff out the edges so everything is nicely blended in. So that is the base color. I'm going to repeat the same thing on this eye. Okay, now that that shade is complete, notice that sometimes it's okay to get a little bit of fall down of shadows. That's normal with any eyeshadow palette. It will happen a little bit with this one. So when you're done applying your eyeshadow placement, just take a clean brush or a powder brush and just sweep off any excess. or you can just skip your concealer and any kind of complexion products until after you've created a smoky eye. So just a little tip for you guys. The next shade that I'm going to apply is actually the deepest shade in the palette. I'm going to begin by creating a nice deep contour in a slight V-like motion along the outer edges of my eye. And then I'm actually going to further intensify it by adding it to the lower half of the lash line. So here we go. Using my Sigma Exact, this one is my E32, I'm going into the compact and I'm going to begin by creating a V shape into the outer corners of the eye and blending my brush back and forth. Now, what I notice most with this palette is the ease of blending, so I could easily control how deep I want to go. And also when I blend out a color, it's really effortless because of the texture quality. It allows the color to carry through beautifully without me having to work really so hard to actually blend it in. Okay, so just tapping off a little bit of the excess, and you could tell I've now built that deeper contour along the outer edges of the eye. Now whatever's left over on my brush, I'm just gonna sweep it along the lower half of the lashes to create a little bit of drama along the lower half of the lash line. What's really nice is you can pick your desired level of intensity. So I am creating a little bit more of a dramatic effect along the outer edge of the eye and then along the lower half of the lash line along the outer edge. But you could really build this up as you please. So this is kind of just my version of a smoky eye. I'm going to go back in now to the gray shade and just pop a little bit more of that mid-tone gray into the upper contour of the eye. So just right above the folds, just kick up the color a little bit more. As you can tell, it's really easy to relayer and build your level of intensity that you like. Now the very last, but definitely not least color in the palette is going to be this really pretty taupey gray shimmer. I'm going to take my Sigma brush, my E35 blender, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of this taupey shade along the inner corners of my eye. This is such a pretty highlighting shade, so this is just gonna go like right in the inner corner to add a little bit of dimension. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just pop a little bit along the center of my lids to add a little bit of depth to the look. So really, really easy to layer and build color as you need it. This is just a pretty finishing touch too, because it's gonna tie everything together. And then I'm just going to, whatever's left over on my brush, just blend everything out together using a windshield wiper motion. Okay, everything is completely blended, and I've kind of just created my own smoky, truly enticing smoky eye. And if I wanted to, I can go ahead and add a little bit of eyeliner and reload on my mascara. This is of course just a demo for you guys to show you how to actually kick up and add the color intensity using the 3 lovely smoky gray shades from the Honest Beauty palette. So this palette actually retails for $25. It's 1 out of the 6 palettes that they carry. You can find it at honestbeauty.com. And thank you so much for joining in, guys. I'm gonna add the description and the info to where you can buy this and all the shade details right below. And hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and give it a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I had a blast reviewing this product. Have a great day. Bye.